Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to Naturally Immune for Life, and I hope you are all enjoying a wonderful day with your family and friends if you are in the US. So today we have another post about inflammatory bowel disease. Typically, this is a form of chronic gut inflammation, and it can have varying degrees of severity, with the most severe forms of gut inflammation being Crohn's and colitis. But just because you may not have been diagnosed with IBD and have those severe forms, it does not mean you cannot develop chronic gut inflammation. So I'm going to go over that a little bit with you and show you how and why that could happen. So just let me get my notes up here, and then we will go to the post, which is a natural therapy for IBD. Okay, so there are several reasons why a person could develop chronic gut inflammation, which I'll cover in the posts. But a person can and does develop immune tolerance to commensal bacteria. These beneficial bacteria live in and on the body without causing harm, and the immune system learns to coexist with them. This tolerance is crucial for maintaining overall health and preventing inflammatory diseases. Commensal bacteria are a normal part of the body, and we live in symbiosis with them. But immune tolerance is essential, because if the immune system were to react to these bacteria as if they were pathogens, it would lead to chronic inflammation and potentially autoimmune diseases. So the mechanisms of tolerance, these are just a few, are T cell regulation. T cells play a key role in suppressing immune responses to commensal bacteria. There are physical barriers. Epithelial cells and mucus layers act as physical barriers. There are antimicrobial peptides that help control the growth of bacteria and prevent them from overpopulating. And there is cell-to-cell communication. The immune system and commensal bacteria engage in a complex dialogue with both sides influencing each other's behavior to maintain a stable, tolerant state. The establishment of tolerance to commensal bacteria often does begin early in life, with the developing immune system learning to differentiate between harmless commensals and potential pathogens. The consequence of tolerance breakdown: failure to establish or maintain immune tolerance can lead to various inflammatory diseases, including allergies and autoimmune disorders and inflammatory bowel disease. So these other conditions are a downstream event from chronic gut inflammation. And you'll see that in the post. So in natural therapy for IBD, inflammatory bowel disease refers to a group of chronic disorders that cause long-term inflammation in the digestive tract. The two main forms are Crohn's and colitis. IBD affects millions of people worldwide and is marked by periods of flare-ups and remission. Although in my case, it lasted 26, 27 years. Although we understand some aspects of IBD, such as the roles of the immune system in the gut microbiota, the exact causes are not fully clear. Although this is pretty spot on to what they are discovering in research, what I just mentioned before I began reading the posts. Okay, wait a minute. Many patients experience ongoing symptoms, even with treatment. Current therapies mostly focus on controlling immune system responses, but these approaches often fall short. Some medications may even worsen long-term inflammation or disrupt natural gut healing. Because of this, researchers are exploring natural and supportive options like bovine colostrum that may offer new hope in managing IBD. And that's extremely true. Whenever I had to get put on steroids, my gut pain would be so severe, I would just lie there for weeks wanting to die. I couldn't, the pain was unbelievable. Most IBD medications are designed to suppress the immune system. These include anti-inflammatory drugs like corticosteroids and aminosalicylates, immunosuppressants such as methotrexate and azathioprine, biologic therapies targeting specific immune molecules, infliximab, vedolizumab. MAB drugs are probably in the thousands by now. Antibiotics, which alter gut bacteria. While these drugs can reduce symptoms, they do not address the root causes of IBD. Over time, they may disrupt the delicate balance of gut bacteria, the microbiota, and weaken the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to infection. By blocking natural immune responses, these treatments may actually make inflammation worse or delay true healing. Also, because these therapies don't restore the intestinal lining or support microbial balance, patients may remain stuck in a cycle of flare-ups. This is why researchers are increasingly looking at therapies that help repair the gut and restore immune balance without complete suppression. Bovine colostrum, what it does and why it matters. And I am not putting every component in here again, just a few of the most important as relates to this. Bovine colostrum is the first form of milk produced by cows within the first few days after giving birth. Unlike mature milk, bovine colostrum is rich in over 250 bioactive compounds that support immune development, tissue repair, and microbial balance. It contains macronutrients, immunoglobulins, leukocytes, cytokines, growth factors, antimicrobial agents, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and hormones. Bovine colostrum is specifically designed to support a newborn's immune system and gut development. Of course, they're speaking of calves here, but colostrum does the same thing. It has differing ratios of those of both things, but they're very similar. These same properties make it a promising therapy for individuals with digestive disorders like IBD. And again, bovine colostrum is considered a universal donor. So key functional components of bovine colostrum include immunoglobulins, Bovine colostrum contains all 5 classes of immunoglobulins: IgG, IgA, IgM, and traces of IgD, Ig, and IgE. IgG makes up to 75 to 90% of the total Ig in bovine colostrum, mainly the IgG1 subtype. These antibodies help fight viruses, bacteria, parasites, and fungi by preventing them from binding to and invading the gut lining. Interestingly, bovine colostrum immunoglobulins can help humans, especially when taken from cows that have been exposed to specific pathogens. Products made from hyperimmunized cow colostrum have been used to prevent infections and treat chronic diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, high blood pressure, and oral submucous fibrosis. Caveat, when they were seeing how far they could go to hyperimmunize cows, pretty much at the 4th vaccine, they had to stop every study they ever tried because all of the calves or cows dropped dead. So there's a limit to hyperimmunization. I personally don't think I would take hyperimmunized bovine colostrum. Bovine colostrum contains about 1 million white blood cells per milliliter, maintaining mainly mononuclear cells like macrophages and lymphocytes. These cells can present antigens to the immune system, helping it learn to tolerate harmless substances while defending against real threats. Research in calves show that consuming maternal leukocytes from colostrum strengthens their immune memory and lowers stress. Calves that received leukocyte-rich colostrum showed better MHC class 1 regulation, a key immune marker, less overactive lymphocyte response, and better balanced immunity. Actually, the calves pretty much won't survive without living colostrum. Cytokines. Bovine colostrum contains both pro and anti-inflammatory cytokines, including IL-1B, IL-6, and TNF-A, which are found in much higher amounts than in mature milk. These signaling proteins help the body control inflammation and respond to infection. Cytokines are made both by immune cells in colostrum and by the cow's mammary glands. These molecules play an important role in training the infant immune system to respond appropriately to threats while avoiding autoimmune overreactions, something especially relevant to IBD. And that's naturally true in human colostrum as well. Colostrum is packed with growth factors that support cell repair and regeneration, especially in the gut. IGF-1 and IGF-2 are insulin-like growth factors, but do not worry, they do not cause cancer, like potentially insulin does. They promote cell growth, metabolism, and tissue repair. TGF-B1 and TGF-B2 help regulate inflammation and promote immune tolerance. EGF, epidermal growth factor, stimulates intestinal development and prevents bacterial leakage. FGF and PDGF and VEGF support blood vessel formation and tissue repair. IGF-1 is especially known for its role in gastrointestinal healing and controlling inflammation. Animal studies show that TGF-B1 Deficiency increases inflammation in various tissues, while proper TGF signaling can reduce inflammatory damage. There are several advantages of using bovine colostrum. Natural and multifunctional instead of targeting one pathway. Bovine colostrum supports gut repair, immune regulation, and microbial balance all at once. Has a low risk of side effects. Unlike immunosuppressants, bovine colostrum doesn't completely shut down the immune system. It restores the gut barrier. Growth factors and immunoglobulins help repair the intestinal lining and prevent leaky gut. It supports microbiome health, and antimicrobial proteins like lactoferrin help maintain a healthy balance of gut bacteria. So in conclusion, why bovine colostrum may be the best IBD treatment. Bovine colostrum presents a compelling natural approach to managing inflammatory bowel disease by addressing multiple underlying issues rather than simply suppressing symptoms. Its rich combination of immunoglobulins, growth factors, cytokines, and antimicrobial agents supports immune regulation, repairs the intestinal barrier, promotes microbial balance, and accelerates tissue healing. Unlike conventional treatments that may disrupt the microbiome or weaken long-term immune function, bovine colostrum works in harmony with the body's natural processes to reduce inflammation and support gut health. Although more clinical studies are needed, exciting research strongly suggests that bovine colostrum may serve as an effective adjunct or alternative IBD therapy, offering a more holistic path to long-term healing. And this research is reaching consensus, and there are more and more papers and more publications. And as the last article showed, they are learning how to increase production of bovine colostrum. So this particular source that I wrote this post from is from Advances in Nutrition 2021. And it is supplementation of bovine colostrum in IBD, benefits and contraindications. There really aren't any contraindications aside from making sure you are harvesting your colostrum from healthy cows, or if you have some underlying genetic or rare condition like galactosemia where you could not tolerate bovine colostrum. Bovine colostrum, whole fat mammal milk, and probiotics work synergistically to support gut health and immunity. Colostrum is rich in immune factors, growth factors, and prebiotics that help heal the intestinal lining and enhance the colonization of beneficial bacteria. While whole fat mammal milk provides essential fatty acids and fat soluble vitamins that nourish gut cells and reduce inflammation. Probiotics thrive in this environment by using lactose, the natural sugar in milk, as a primary energy source, which fuels their growth and activity in the gut. Lactose also prevents the formation of hydrogen sulfide. Together, these components create an ideal environment for restoring gut integrity, improving nutrient absorption, and strengthening the body's natural defenses. And hydrogen sulfide, H2S, has a term. It is termed by some researchers as rocket fuel for cancer. So you would definitely want to suppress hydrogen sulfide formation in your gut. And lactose does that. So there are other top benefits of bovine colostrum for IBD, and these are the vitamins, which are essential for maintaining overall health and play a significant role in fighting inflammation and oxidative stress. Many vitamins function as antioxidants, helping to neutralize reactive oxygen species, which are harmful molecules that can damage cells and promote inflammation. Despite this, well, colostrum does contain some reactive oxygen species for inactivation of infectious factors, but they may arise from natural sources, such as macromolecules prone to oxidation, or from defense systems that use ROS to fight infections. Despite this, species' high vitamin content, especially fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, help counteract ROS and protect the body. Notably, these fat-soluble vitamins remain stable even after commercial processing, making colostrum supplements a reliable source of antioxidant support. In addition to vitamins, bovine colostrum contains natural sugars such as fructose and galacto-oleosaccharides. These compounds act as prebiotics, meaning they support the growth of beneficial gut bacteria such as bifido and lactobacilli. A balanced gut microbiome is essential for reducing gut inflammation and improving immune function, two key issues in inflammatory bowel disease. By feeding these helpful microbes, bovine colostrum helps restore microbial balance and strengthens the intestinal barrier. Another important compound in bovine colostrum is lactoperoxidase, a powerful enzyme with antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral properties. Lactoperoxidase works by generating oxidized compounds that damage the proteins of harmful microbes, disrupting their ability to survive and reproduce. This makes LPO a natural defense mechanism that supports both the immune system and gut health. Combined, these components highlights bovine colostrum's impressive ability to reduce inflammation, fight infections, support microbiome balance, and protect cells from oxidative stress, making it a uniquely effective therapy for chronic gut conditions like IBD. And that particular research paper covers many more components than I just covered in this relatively short post, because literally I could write another book about colostrum if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to, so all of that is pretty much covered in my book. So this is just more validation and how fast they are reaching consensus and moving on to applications and production. So, production capability, because there literally is not enough colostrum to treat the number of patients who have these type of conditions. Although hopefully soon that will change. And colostrum, as I said, will be added to infant formula, making it much better and much safer. So, okay, everyone, I thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next time. And again, you have a great enjoyable day celebrating with your friends and family. See you next time. Bye.